Hey there. I just popped in because I was going to go live earlier, and once again, my computer was giving me some glitches and telling me it couldn't find my camera, which is right there, right there. I can see it right there. And it wasn't seeing it. I've had several other glitches lately. I swear, you'd have thought it was April 1st and that the tech gremlins were playing tricks. However, this all started on the 2nd, and I don't think they were playing tricks because, yeah, it wasn't fun. It hasn't been fun. But I had said last week I mentioned my mosaics that I did at Disney, and I wanted to come on and show them to you today. So this is the bunny. Beneath your thing. He's got a Mickey Mouse right in his nose, right there. Okay. And this is done with, grout. So it's kind of rough, and I keep saying I'm going to go buy some of that decoupage stuff and put over it because I think it'd be nice and make it nice and smooth. Because when you wipe off the grout, it's a little rough. And there's probably some spots I didn't get. It's still on top of the little things. But if you ever go to Disney World and you're looking for some things to do that you don't have to go into the park, great things. Disneyland has them too, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of places do these kind of fun things. So it's things you can do that are not inside the park. So if you want to take a day off from the parks, there you go. And you know what? Even if you're not staying on property, you can still do it. How about that? So if you're staying someplace else, further into Orlando or whatever, and you've got a day where you just want to go do it. This one was done at Coronado Springs, and it's like a 2-hour class. You just go in. Now, this next one, this was done over at the boardwalk, and the cool thing with that, now this one, you could register, but you didn't really have to. You could drop by and just see if they had spaces open, and they still did. This one that I did at the castle over at Boardwalk, you just walk in. It's done. They're open all day long. They have this little community center, and it's open all day long, and you just go in and do whatever you want. And then the beauty of this one is Boardwalk is there's Boardwalk, and then there's the Beach Club and the Yacht Club, and those are between Epcot and the Disney Studios and Disney Hollywood Studios, and you can take a boat to get to them. So it's really cool. And the wonderful thing is, you finish this, you leave it. You leave it. And they will contact you, text you or whatever, to let you know that it's ready for pickup. And then you go back and pick it up. So you can do it, go there in the morning and do it, and then go into the park, either Epcot or the studios. You can go to the other ones too, but if you go to Epcot or the studios, you're real close. So go in there for a few hours and then go pick it up. Now, the day we went, she said they were out of grout, so we needed to use glitter. Gee, that's a problem for me. Like, yeah, right. I love glitter. I still say glitter is a color, but science teachers tell me it's not. But you know, science is a practice. So yeah, I do believe in science. But I also believe in glitter. So I did the castle, and this is my castle. Now, I started out. I had these things all over the place, and I was filling it. And then I realized, well, I've got to have some place for the glitter to go because I want it to come. And so they wipe it off. So they wipe it off of all the things because you stick the glue on there and you pour the glitter on, and it's everywhere. So I probably could have used a different color. I mean, I went with I think is that one, yeah, that turquoise because I love turquoise. But then my glitter is also turquoise. I probably should have used a different color, but it's okay because this did one day and one the next day. So I think it's pretty darn cool. I was gonna do the birthday cake. If you don't know that, the 25th anniversary was a birthday cake. It was pink, big giant pink birthday cake. I thought about doing that, but I thought that these are so cool. They're like $30 to do, $35. I think when you add taxes, it's about 34 or something. It's real fun to do. So this is the thing. We need to have more fun in our lives and be more creative. And this was all about me being more creative. When I was younger, I did the whole macrame thing. I lived through that. My mother still has them hanging up. She was doing them too. So I always did macrame, and I love dancing. And I just love being creative. I just don't do it a lot, or I haven't done it a lot. It's been one of those things that I kind of got pushed over, especially after COVID. I feel like I know COVID is over. the pandemic is over. Let's put it that way. The pandemic is over, but I feel like so many of us, and I'm definitely in this, are still living in COVID. You know, not that we're walking around with masks on, not that we're walking around worried about getting a disease, unless you live in those 5 states with measles. Different story. But we're still living in a lot of solitude that we went into in 2020. And I know there are people out there who want to deny they ever did it, but we did. The world shut down. I mean, businesses stopped, schools, kids went home, for it started mid March. So April, May, June, 3 months of kids being at home. And a lot of places, they were home the next year. And of course, they were home over the summer. We were told that whole year of 2020 to avoid people. People didn't have big celebrations. And those people who did have big celebrations, we saw it all over Facebook, that they had these big celebrations and then people died because people got COVID. We saw the millions of people dying. So those fears got into us, whether we wanted to believe in COVID, whether we wanted to, I don't care what your political persuasion was and what you wanted to believe about how it got started, what you wanted to believe about how you could avoid it. The world lived in this, and this is now shared memory in all of us, which means we have to clear it. We have to clear those fears. And I know one of the ones I did, because I was still going to belly dance at that time, and, the recreation center closed for months. The city recreation center. They closed. And when they did reopen, they reopened to limited numbers of people. And like I said, I lost my father to COVID, so I wasn't really willing to, take the chance to lose my mother. There were a couple of other people there who would dance, but they would dance off to the side from what I was told, because I wasn't there, because I didn't go. And I realized kind of this year that I really was still living in that manner, that I have isolated myself from people, not intentionally from any in particular person, but just overall. I isolated myself in 2020, and I haven't been being creative because I wasn't doing belly dance. I've started doing the pole dancing, but that honestly, it's twofold. It's partially creative, but it's also about building muscle, and it's been kind of up and down for me. Like I would go for a few weeks, and then I would not go, and then I would go. So doing these two mosaics, show them both to you again. These two lovely mosaics. I could hold them both. My left hand is so awkward. These two lovely mosaics, and they do the specialties at different times. So they'll do a snowman at Christmas. Can't wait. So these guys, this is helping me bring back my creativity. I used to go do painting with a twist and paint. I don't do that much anymore either. And that was, again, before 2020. So all those things, and I realized that, kind of like I said this year, my word of the year is vibrance. Vibrant or vibrance. And I was, it always takes me like 3 months, the first couple of months of the year, I'm still carrying over from the year before. So it took until now for vibrance to come back out. And I think doing these mosaics is helping. So I'm going to go do some more. I don't know when exactly, but I am going to do more. I've put it on my list of goals to do, to be more creative this year and to do more of these magic moments, these enchanting extras at Disney. And so I'll keep you posted. But I want to know what you are doing to get your mojo back, to get your oomph back, to get back to where you were pre-pandemic. Because are you living the same life you were living before the pandemic? Are you getting out as much? Because if you are, then it's just me. And I really don't want to think it's just me. So what are you doing to be happy? Steve Jobs used to say, and I'm going to paraphrase, that every morning he looked in the mirror and he asked himself, if this was his last day, would he want to be doing what he's about to go do, going to work? And he said, when the answer is no, so too many days in a row, it's time to quit.
I found some web results.
Hey Siri, stop! I'm not talking to you, Siri. Okay. My apologies. Thought I was talking to him. But if we're all going to have those days where we go, no, I'm not doing what I want to do. I mean, I'm not doing what makes me thrilled and happy, like going to a funeral. However, in that case, would you be happier to not say goodbye? Funerals are for the living, not for the dead. But if it's going to work or it's jumping online or whatever, if you're saying no a lot, then ask yourself, what would I rather be doing? What would make me really happy? What would I want to do the most? Because honestly, as much as I like to veg out in front of the TV, that is not the thing I would want to do most of all if I had my choices. Ever. Well, maybe not ever. Maybe once in a while. But it certainly wouldn't be every night. It certainly wouldn't be 3 nights a week. It wouldn't be every Tuesday, making these things up. But it might be a Tuesday here and a Tuesday there. It might be a Tuesday one week and a Thursday the next week, or once or twice a month. I've also taken to reading again, which is so cool. Reading War and Peace. I think I told you that. I'm only about 10 chapters in. Got a long ways to go. 361 chapters. I've got a long ways to go. But it's really awesome. I decided to get the Audible of it because I was reading it, but I can't pronounce those names. And then as much as I told my students, it's okay, just say Anna P. Well, I kept trying to say Anna Pavlova. See, I can't even say it. Or I would just say Anna. Well, then there's another Anna in the story. So, Anna's a pretty common name. So I just downloaded the Audible and I listened to the Audible and I follow along, because then there's voices and there's French written in the book too, which I can speak un peu français. Certainly not well enough to read even a sentence. It's never much. But even that, it trips me up because my brain has to go through all this. Yeah, wait, we're going into French now. So it's just much easier to have the Audible. Yeah, that's what Audible's for. It's a great tool. And it sometimes actually, I've even done 2 chapters a night because it was like, this is cool. Keep going. I'm finding some humor in it, so that's good. Like I said, I'm only about 10 chapters in. So, go back. Think about those things that you liked to do when you were a kid. When you were 10 years old, 15 years old. What did you like to do? And do that. Do it. Or do some semblance of it. I never did mosaics when I was a kid. Never did these. But I did do some pottery when I was a child. I did some pottery and I did some finger paints a lot. I did a lot of finger painting, a lot of coloring, and playing outside. And making up plays and dancing. So, see, that all fits. Those are the things. What you did as a child, those are the things that will still bring you joy today. So think about what you did when you were a child that brought you joy. And find a way to do it today. It might be a little different. You may not be out there, swinging statues or anything with your friends. But what can you do that's similar? That's the big question. So, that's it for today. I'm Dr. Beverly Whitson, for those of you that may not know me, and this is Happy Minds, Wealthy Lives, Unlocking the Secrets to Abundance, because you were meant to be abundant, and it's there for you. It's actually right here. It's right out here. We just have to embrace it. And hey, listen up. If you are ready to break free from the guilt and the shame and the frustration of money and to attract wealth and abundance on your own terms, come join me in the 4-week free course, free Soul Aligned Wealth. I'll drop the link below I'll drop the link below and you can sign up. Please know that when you do go, there's nothing in the course yet because the course starts on the 14th. It's free until then. After that, it's $4.97. So this is the time to get it for free. Okay, so I hope to see you and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.